Hey VC, Harvey's been the Black Circle. Hope everyone is in bed because it's currently 2:45 AM in the UK. I've just got up, got ready to drive to the record store DQ here in the West Midlands in the UK. I'm going to a shop which I typically go to on record store day, Eclipse Records, about 3 miles down the road. Frankly, what are we doing, VC? We must be mad. We must be mad. Try to explain this to anybody who doesn't collect vinyl and or who's sane, then they would raise an eyebrow or two at 2:45 AM, 6-7 degrees maximum outside. Anyway, got my coffee, record bag, list and sub-list on the phone. Let's get in the car. Okay, so parked in my usual spot about half a mile from the Eclipse Records store here in Walsall, having a couple of slugs of coffee, and then it's always the nervy bit this, I'm heading towards the queue shortly, and we've always got, if we're going to stand in the queue at this time, one or two that we really want to get our hands on, RSD exclusives, but there is one in particular this year, VC, that I know the shop's got at least one copy, probably only one copy, so the nervy bit is I'm walking towards the queue. I know there are only 1,500 copies of this in circulation. I can never work out whether that's per country or globally, but anyway, 1,500 is the stated quantum on the RSD side of this particular album. And my nervousness is I get there and the queue's already massive, and somebody gets that, nabs that one copy in front of me. It's happened before. I'm hoping this is obscure enough. It's a jazz album that many in the queue, if there are many people in front of me, don't actually know it. I expect though, in the UK there'll be quite a few people in the queue looking for the Olivia Dean live at the BBC 7-inch. There's going to be some Swifties in the queue as well as in the VC. Wouldn't mind the Olivia Dean 7-inch. I really like it. I don't think I'll be. I think I'll be passing on the Taylor Swift Elizabeth Taylor 7-inch. Not for me this year. So yeah, we go then. I'll finish this coffee, walk towards the queue. Fingers crossed that it's not already 400 or 500 people. Here we go, centre of Walsall in the middle of the night. Just seen one other person, but it's basically dead. Just passing where the street market is. Will be in a few hours on Saturday morning. Kind of canopy set up ready for the stall, but there isn't really a soul around. There's the odd pizza on the ground from the pubs last night, but yeah, nice and quiet so far. But as we turn this corner in a minute, that's when we'll get an understanding of what the queue's like. Right, so that's looking like about less than 20 people, I would say. Don't know if you can see that. I didn't want to video people yet without asking them, but it doesn't look too bad outside the entrance to Eclipse. 20 to 30 people max, I think. As we approach, you can see them at the entrance, so let's see. Right, so outside the entrance to record store D, Eclipse Records. What are we, chaps? 20 minutes or so before the centre opens? 20 minutes. Up, yeah. You said you were coming, James, at 3 o'clock, and I got you already here. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of competition here today. I've been here, what are we at, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? So I've been here 5-6 hours now. Yeah, first in line, so hopefully I get what I want. I'm here for Delirium, I'm here for Art of Noise, Wolf Alice, and my list is probably going to change about 5 times between now and 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so Delirium's the main one, is it?
Delirium, Art of Noise, and Ian Brown.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Delirium. What sort is that? Is that metal then, Delirium?
No, so Delirium, it's Odyssey's remix. It's so there's Tiesto, a bunch of old trance tracks.
Good stuff. Thank you, Barry. I think this is about the 8th, 9th or 10th year I've seen your record store dear, so you're a regular. What's on your list, buddy?
Well, I'm number 2 and I got here at 10:30. And top of my list is Ian Brown and the David Bowie.
Good stuff.
And that's about it really, so.
Yeah, so a small but important list for you, yes, then of what you want on it. Okay, then best of luck, and let's hope that James doesn't buy both of those and you end up in tears and going home. But thanks. Good stuff, enjoy it, buddy.
Every Taylor Swift album they got.
She almost like thinking, yeah, she's like thinking you've got it stored somewhere, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You've got a lot of work to do here.
Oh, well, I've got the CD signed. Oh, yeah.
This is quite civilised. Centre opens just after 4 o'clock and he lets us in, then we can get a seat, and maybe a bit of breakfast later on too.
Just a reminder, morning everyone, just a reminder to put your queue number on your order form section. Yeah. We forgot to pre-label ourselves, slacking.
That's a lot, yeah, that's right. I would love coffee, that's alright.
It's basically people going on.
Oh.
And you're going to go grab a coffee, I'll be back. Do you want one? You would absolutely love one. Go on, I'll get you one.
And we, the glasses, two sleeves, one tattoo sleeves. I'll give them a strong bit of
The lead singer is a known person.
Yes.
They are
Because they thought the
they
same.
won't actually say to
They
you.
thought the same.
Yeah, I'll get the bag. I'll take your own email.
Okay, back from record store day at Eclipse Records in Walsall, and I have to say, VC, that was probably the most enjoyable record store day that I've been to. Pick up from what you saw in the video, there was a bit of queuing outside for 45 minutes in the interviews that you saw, but then what's great about it in the venue that Eclipse is in, which is kind of an old church, and there's various shops and there's a cafe upstairs inside the building. So you go upstairs, and from 4 a.m, having only queued for 45 minutes, we could sit in this cafe, watch some YouTube, watch some VC, and then at 6:30 they started serving breakfast in the cafe snug, the snug that you saw, hence that part of the video. So nice and relaxed, good to talk to. You know, probably the one of the key things about records, other than the records and the music, is catching up with people you've got to know over the years. You know, you saw Barry in the video and James. So a really nice time, had a nice breakfast, and then actually Eclipse do organise their RSD queue really well. So you got a ticket as you went into the church door, into the building doors, with your number on it, like a bingo ticket. And then they had, as you saw in the video, an instruction sheet of how it would work, and then you simply queued just before 8 a.m. because they can't begin selling until 8 a.m. But the time flew, enjoyed it. So what did I pick up? Let's get to it then. So I will start with the key items first, and then move backwards into things that are more esoteric records of interest. And really pleased to pick up this Jimmy Cobb Quartet jazz album, first time on vinyl from Chesky Records. It's a one-step pressing featuring Roy Hargrove, and it's jazz in the key of blue. So Jimmy Cobb, you know, obviously jazz drummer of some renown. You've got Roy Hargrove on trumpet, Russell Malone on guitar, John Webber on bass. Obviously haven't had time to play it yet, but it's a lovely album, having streamed it. Quite unusual actually to have a key or a very good quality RSD British jazz release that isn't available in the US. So sorry for US VC, I don't think this is on the RSD list in America from Chesky Records, but maybe you can get it on import in the aftermarket. But yeah, fantastic. Kind of the whole premise of this was 50 years after Kind of Blue, I think, this Jimmy Cobb album, but it's the first time it's been released on vinyl. There's also a little Chesky video on Facebook showing of the pressing of this, how it was pressed up. It doesn't actually say who mastered it, but it looks like it's been done with care, and it's a one-step pressing. So yeah, Jimmy Cobb Quartet's Jazz in the Key of Blue. Definitely one of the albums I was looking to get today. Then the big one, the one that I was talking in the car about, the one I was really nervous that I wouldn't get, and I think it is, as many of the VC have said, the key jazz release of RSD, and it's the Muse Time Traveler reissue of Buster Williams' Pinnacle from 1975. Sorry about the glare. So key, not just because I've streamed it, it's a great album, but because I am building up this Zed Feldman reissue program of Muse Time Traveler records. I didn't want to miss this, and it's an exclusive, right? So it's not an RSD first, it's an exclusive, so it doesn't seem like they're going to press any more of these. So that's why I got up in the middle of the night, to be honest. Yes, the other records, but Pinnacle by Buster Williams, I'll come back and review this, what the pressing's like, but the 6th in the series of Time Traveler Muse records, and there was no way I was going to miss this if I could possibly get my hands on it. So thanks to Eclipse Records for getting the hands on this for me, because there's only 1,500 apparently. Then changing it up into folk pop again. One of the key releases I was looking for is the 20th anniversary edition of the Whippies' Say I Am You. So this is lovely American folk pop from this male and female duo. Gorgeous stuff, just really well crafted songs, gentle melodic music, and with really good pop instincts as well. So yeah, it was up there in my list, so I was really pleased when I got there today and saw that the Whippies' CIMU was on the list. And of course there was a long wait to see being 21st in the queue, which is what I was, of whether anybody else had I think they only had one copy, but here it is. CIMU by the Whippies was up there on my list. Then a really funky album. I don't know if it's the first time on vinyl, but anyway, I got it. It's kind of a collaboration album that the Brand New Heavies recorded, named Heavy Rhyme Experience Volume 1, and it's the Brand New Heavies along with various rap artists, gangsters on here, as is Cool G and the Far Side, who is obviously quite a famous rapper. But really nice, kind of a companion piece to Brother Sister is how I see this, from that sort of era. But yeah, kind of deep British funk with real instruments, but overlaid by these hip hop artists. So gorgeous cover too. So yeah, Heavy Rhyme Experience Volume 1, Brand New Heavies collaboration album. And then this was a recommendation by John 6-inch Pianist, so he knows what he's doing. So I've took a plunge on this when he recommended it to me, and that's Changing Times by Ike White, 50th anniversary soul LP. I believe this chap was in jail at the time he recorded this, of all things. But anyway, 50th anniversary, remastered from the original tips by Bernie Grundman, so it looks like it'll be a quality pressing, hopefully. But yeah, soul music recommended by John 6-inch Pianist. Changing Times by Ike White. So just two more things to show from RSD. This Calvin Harris single that I've been playing the hell out of. So when I saw this Blessings on RSD 12-inch vinyl, I thought I will have me that. One of those songs that just an earworm, so I thought that would be quite nice to have on vinyl. I think it's a clear vinyl with a nice orange label on it. So yeah, Blessings by Calvin Harris featuring Clementine Douglas on 12-inch. And then one that the final thing I'm also pleased to get, and I think this might want to be one of the rarities out of RSD because of how big this artist is becoming, and that's Olivia Dean's 7-inch EP live at the BBC. So this, I think, is sought after, and I don't know how many copies were printed, but if it's relatively limited, then I think this could be of some value. But I'll never flip it. This will go nicely with Art of Loving LP. I'll stick it in the sleeve with that. But the songs she does on here are You've Got a Friend, which she did on the Jules Holland show. So obviously old Carole King song, classic. And then actually this is really nice. She did for BBC Radio 1. She did a version of the Boy Genius song, Cool About It. from their LP, The Record. So tremendous artist, Olivia Dean, and really pleased to have got that on 7-inch. Nice inside sleeve as well, which is unusual for 7-inch records. Let's have a quick look. The vinyl's just standard black vinyl with the BBC logo on it. So that's my small but significant RSD haul. The only record that was missing from that, which I'm not particularly bothered about, was a 12-inch soul single by Jocelyn Brown, but they just didn't have it in stock. It wasn't because somebody else bought it before me, but I'm not even sure I'll chase that. I think that's a healthy pile of RSD records, and having got those, the main one, Buster Williams, and the other ones I was after, the Wibbies, I'm really pleased with too, and the Jimmy Cobb. That was just a really good day with friends. Yes, I had to get up early, and yes, I looked haggard when you saw me at the start of the video, but those who are disparaging about RSD, I say to you this, nobody's forcing you to go or buy records. So the slagging off RSD, either you go and you use it and you buy some records, or you don't. No one is forcing anyone to spend money. It's only a cash grab if you go and buy stuff that you don't want or need. If you're getting stuff that you're going to play and enjoy, and you enjoy the experience, then who are you to say that it's not that it's a load of rubbish? So I've enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it. I got what I wanted. I had a good time with friends and a really nice breakfast and a really nice experience overall. And I'm not even as tired as I thought I would be. So cheers, and I hope everybody has an amazing RSD and enjoys their music. Peace. Bye.